What's up, duelists? Yesterday I had a brand new brew for you guys, and today I've got another brand new brew for you guys. I was playing this deck in Magic the Gathering, actually, called Mono Blue Delver. I don't know if you guys know anything about Magic the Gathering, but the way that deck works is they try to bounce all of the opponent's creatures and then attack with this card called Ninja of the whatever, I don't remember the name of it. But it draws a card every time it deals battle damage. And I thought about how powerful that could potentially be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because usually people only get to summon one monster per turn, and you can cast the bounce spells kind of for free. So as long as you're connecting with Mass Sorcerer every single turn, or something like Artemis or Deslakuta every single turn, or possibly even Exaber Erebellum every turn, you can get pluses just by out-tempoing your opponent, and it can be really frustrating to play against this, I'm assuming. I'm not really sure. The more of these guys you get in play, the more the pluses compound, and then the less chance your opponent has of winning. That's the general idea. This is kind of based off of the skeleton of the X-Saber Counter Fairy list that I played a while ago, but a little bit more refined with the Mass Sorcerers as a 7th through 9th piece of draw. The sideboard has all of the cards that I think are good, pretty much. The extra deck has all of the cards that we can make, pretty much, and that's going to be that. I have message in the Discord to duel against someone, so we are going to be dueling against someone from the Discord. We're going to play a few matches, just see how the deck does. This is totally conceptual. I have no idea if this is going to be good or bad or whatever. All I know is that it's going to be interesting, and I hope that it works out really well. Anyway, if you guys want to come play in a tournament, the next major tournament is going to be RBET Los Angeles. This is nearing sold out mode, so don't sleep on it. I think right now, the reason it hasn't sold out yet is because people are kind of like budgeting for Christmas. But I think by December 26th, specifically, this tournament will be sold out. So don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. Definitely, yeah, I'll just host because I think I messaged him that I would be hosting. So let's do that. Sick. Yeah, so this deck is completely experimental. It could be really sick. It could be really whack. Who knows? I think the concept is cool, though. It comes from a very successful deck in a different game. So I think that there's a lot of merit to playing other games, some new games, some old games. I don't even know what this guy's... What is your DB name? I don't know his DB name. Anyway, there's a lot of merit to playing other games because you can sort of develop strategies for this type of thing. Oh, it's plastic tube. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun to the opponent. I'm going to be picking paper. That was really stupid. Oh, man. There's a lot of merit to playing other games because it can give you sort of insight into how games work and what sort of strategies will work. This opening hand is pretty good. We've got Mirror Force for going second. We've got Bountiful plus Dark Bribe. Or we've got Full Helm Knight if we want to just stick a guy into play. Looks pretty good to me. This matchup's going to be really interesting. We can interrupt his chains with Dark Bribe, which is nice, but we can't really deal with this card effectively. That's going to be a hard card to beat. Oh, this is going to be a crazy matchup. This is going to be so crazy. I'm actually curious how it's going to go down. Well, I would like to normal the Full Helm Knight here. So I'll do that. And then I would like to set Compulsory, Dark Bribe, and Mirror Force, and then pass the turn. Full Helm Knight's really good in these types of decks. It allows us to make Synchro Monsters, which is pretty important. If you can make Synchro Monsters and back them up with counter traps, I found that's a pretty decent strategy. Even if you go card minus to do it, having the bigger monster and the tempo advantage usually only takes 1 or 2 turns before you're sort of taking over the game. He was thinking there on the end phase, but it looks like he is going to summon Breaker the Magical Warrior. He's going to activate it to gain a counter. I'll say, okay. See what he wants to blow up. Hopefully he doesn't hit something that isn't chainable. And target the Dark Bribe. That's unfortunate. Main deck Breaker is going to make this matchup very hard. I think game 1 we are probably a heavy unfavorite. He's going to swing. I have to flip Mirror Force here. There's nothing I can do about this besides flip Mirror Force. And It's going to be a 1-for-1, but he already got his plus out of the breaker, and we're playing second, so that's Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, okay. Chain Link 3, Jar of Greed, and then Chain Link 4 accumulated. The only reason he's doing this is because he wants to accumulate it. Yep, it's alright, cool. Sick. So, yeah, he'll draw 4 cards, and then the breaker will die. We'll keep the full Helm Knight around, though, which is quite nice. Yeah, cool. Now what, though? I'm super behind. I don't have my Dark Bribe, sadly. I mean, I'm happier he hit the Dark Bribe than the Mirror Force, but I am not stoked he didn't hit the Compulsory. He kind of hit the middle of the 3. Without the Dark Bribe, though, it may be hard for me to come back this game. I think I may lose this game. Yeah. My only hope is that he just has no chainables, which is unrealistic. I'm trying to think if it's worth even swinging with the Arabellum into a potential Mirror Force. We gotta try, right? Plus, if I'm gonna concede, I want him to think I'm playing X Sabers. So, let's attack. Let's see if there's a Mirror Force. If this just works, that's kind of cool. Okay, D-Prison. That's fine. I'll take that 1-for-1 trade. Attack for 13. Main phase 2. I'll set the Divine Wrath and pass. I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say play Saberhole, but there's only 3 Sabers in our deck, 4 if you count Rhoda. It's just not consistent enough. It's fine. Man, this is going to be tough. Maybe I should have held the Divine Wrath. Because that can... Maybe I'm Black Rosing here, you know? Yeah, I gotta concede this one. We're not gonna be able to beat that. Alright. Fell behind a little early, got owned. The strategy has a clear weakness, and that's Breaker the Magical Warrior in the main deck, plus Guy who counters trap cards when we have 24 of them, but that's fine. We can build our own sort of counter strategy to this with our own breakers. This no info makes this annoying. What do you mean? You saw multiple X Sabers. What do you mean? I'm faking him out a little bit. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what we're playing. I'm like, what do you mean no info? But, you know, I mean, the obvious assumption is multiple X Sabers, of course. We could have Divine Wrath, but he's just not chaining the guy. And then even if he doesn't, I'm like, we're behind 7 cards at that point, 6 cards at that point. It's just not worth it. I think the worst trap cards are the ones he can chain his guy to. So like D-Prison, Mirror Force has some merit, but D-Prison is like the worst by far. Pulling the Rug stops Breaker. Food for thought. We could use our own Breaker here as well. He's definitely on like max D-Prison. Trap Dust Shoot doesn't make a lot of sense, but we are going first. Yeah, Compulsory also can work, especially with the breakers if I side them in. Of my guys in my deck, I like Mass Sorcerer a lot. I kind of like Bound of Artemis. I really like Deslakuta in this matchup, and I really like the Full Helm Knight. Arabellum is interesting. He might not be the most useful here. Arabellum might be worse than Breaker, so I'm going to swap those two. Heavy Storm could be useful, but again, we're going to be setting a lot of back row too. Smashing Ground seems a little silly too. It is a way to force the Winged Rhinos out of play, but I'd rather just have solid dudes. Let's go maybe Smashing Ground out for Breaker, Heavy Storm, and I could hedge with one pulling the rug for his breakers. I'm not sure how many breakers he plays. I could also hedge with just my own Arabellum, or just leave a Smashing Ground. Alright, let's just leave one Smashing Ground and see how this does. We might have too many monsters here, but we'll see. We shall see, folks. We shall see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff. This is the hand. This is the hand. Yeah, it's set time. And do we want a Rhoda for Full Helm now? I'd rather Rhoda for Full Helm and discard the Full Helm to the Divine Wrath. Okay, what do we have set again? We have Mirror Force, Dark Bribe, Divine Wrath, Forced Back. Okay, so we're looking at a Forced Back situation here. Yeah, we're going to Forced Back whatever he summons, basically. Yeah, most likely. We could also Force plus Wrath, but I think that's like very committal just to kill a Winged Rhinos when he pretty obviously plays more than one. If he doesn't have a summon this turn, that's exceptional for us. That's ideal. Yeah, this is beautiful because now we just get hard +1s. So, flip summon Lakuta, activate the effect, draw a card. 7 tools is incredible. I'm gonna normal Full Helm Knight now. Battle phase. Attacks. 500. Then 13. Here he's going to use Fires of Doomsday. It's an interesting choice, but yeah, I will kill one of those. Main phase 2. Activate the Lakuta. Set the Lakuta. I'm going to set the 7 tools and pass the turn. So now we have Dark Bribe plus 7 tools to stop his back row. We have Divine Wrath and Force Back to stop something like Caius. We're drawing 2 cards every turn with the Dust Lakuta. We have the full engine online. Here comes the Caius. Now this is going to be for me, probably a Force Back, because I would like to keep my Force Back. This is not a card I would like to discard. I think this card is actually quite useful here. Cool. Very nice. What a card. Yeah, truly annoying, right? Passes the turn. Draw for turn to Smashing Ground. Very nice. Flip Dust Lakuta. Activate the effect. Draw a card. Negate attack. That's a perfect discard here to the Divine Wrath. We'll attack for 500 and then for 13. He'll deprison the Full Helm Knight. I'm inclined to let that resolve. Am I inclined to let that resolve? Kind of gets rid of all our pressure. I'll keep the Full Helm Knight around. I'll burn the 7 tools now. Cool. That's going to work. He'll take 13. Main phase 2. Lakuta sets. Set Force Back. We don't really need to set Negate Attack. We already have Mirror Force. So, yeah, just pass the turn. I'm liking our position quite a bit. I'm liking the concept of the deck right now. Seeing Caius makes me more interested, I would say. I'm going to just Force Back here. Just keep the Force Back train happening. Ideally, we find another monster next turn. Mirror Force can also act as like a Force Back versus Winged Rhinos specifically. Could have also negated the attack and then gone for a Smashing Ground angle, but we can always do that later. See, this is kind of what I wanted to draw into. Let's summon Mass Sorcerer to play around Trap Dust Shoot first. So we summon Mass Sorcerer, then we flip summon Dust Lakuta, activate the effect, draw a card, find Dark Bribe. Once again, I want to play around Trap Dust Shoot, so I'm going to set this before we attack. So I'm going to go set, attack with Mass Sorcerer first. You're going to deprison me. That's fine. That's totally fine. Attack for 500. Attack for 13. I guess I could have Dark Bribed it. 1300. He's going to drop Trag. Okay. Well, we know his hand is Winged Rhinos, Caius, and one unknown. So at this point, we're kind of just chilling. I could even make a synchro at this point. I think I'm going to hold off on doing that until next turn, though. So I'll just smash around here. Dust Lakuta, set itself, and pass the turn back. Last game, he got in under the tempo lock, but I think as long as we can maintain tempo lock versus him, it should be very, very, very easy to win. Like, really easy to win. I'll just activate Full Helm Knight here. On my turn, I can flip this, draw another card, make a synchro, maybe even steal his Winged Rhinos with Dark Bribe. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's just do it. Flip, activate, draw a card. Oh, that's very good too. How many Dark Bribes do we have set? 2. Shit, man. That's really good, isn't it? Alright, I'll just normal breaker. We get a counter. He's going to go for bottomless trap hole here. Did I let that resolve? No, I'll bribe there. He can't chain this to bribe because bribe is spell speed 3. So now we can go battle phase. Or should I synchro first? Blow up the back row, then synchro is kind of cool. If I blow up the back row and then synchro, do I win the game? Possibly. Alright, let's try it. See what his back row is. It's Fires of Doomsday. Sick. So he can't get the Winged Rhinos out of play. That's funny. So, is there a way to clear all 3? We've given him an extra card, which I don't love doing, I'm gonna be honest. Keeping the Lakuta is in my best interest. I could just blow it up with Arcanite, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just set the Lakuta, battle phase, attack the token, main phase 2, make Arcanite, and then blow up his guy. So we've got 1400 Arcanite with 1 counter. This is an interesting moment. If he has another guy, I don't really want to Divine Wrath it. Man, I kind of want to set both, but like Divine Wrath would be pretty useful to have live. I think it's better to set Negate Attack. Just pass. Negate Attack also very good with Arcanite. Cool thing about Arcanite is it can take counters from anywhere. So if I have a breaker, I can play the breaker and then use that counter to pop a monster if he has like a big monster in play or something like that. Going second, we definitely want to adjust our strategy. I'm thinking Cyber Dragon in particular. Pulling the rug actually does seem a little bit better, but we are not going first. So he's on multiple fires, which is really interesting. Yeah, definitely liked the Smashing Ground there. It seemed pretty strong. The 7 Tools was also very strong. Bottomless Trap Hole seems like a not so great inclusion. The breakers do seem good. I actually think Artemis might be one of the worst options here because it plays into bottomless going second, which I don't love. But we do need our little guys, you know. Going second, I do like Heavy Storm. Negate Attack's one of the weaker cards. Divine Wrath also here doesn't seem like much better than Pulling the Rug, because the only thing that Divine Wrath is hitting that Pulling the Rug isn't hitting is Winged Rhinos. So Pulling the Rug might be a strict upgrade to the Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath can also hit Tragodia though, and Tragodia is a scary card. So do 1 Divine Wrath. I liked the 7 Tools. I liked my monster lineup. Is it ever only 1 Cyber Dragon? Which of these guys is the worst? Maybe Mass Sorcerer is the worst. Oh, there's no way he's the worst, especially with... Is he the worst? There's a bunch of like weaker cards here. I do want to get the Pulling the Rugs in though. I think that they are pretty nice against him, honestly. We have a lot of monsters here. I need to cut 1 or 2 of them. It's probably going to be 1 Mass Sorcerer. Breaker risks a little bit too much because he has so many chainables. So I'll cut a breaker for Pulling the Rug. Cool. Now let's just run it like this. Hopefully we have enough monsters here. I might want the 3rd Masked in, but we'll see. We'll see. Going second is definitely really different with this deck. I may need to factor going second in more into my sideboarding capabilities, because pulling the rug and Black Horn of Heaven are really not ideal for going second either. This hand is good. It's pretty monster heavy, but it does have a Cyber Dragon, which will help us at least play the game. Okay, I like this. I like this situation we're in. Main phase 1. I think Deslakuta is the best option. Just full stop. I think it's the best option. I think Artemis just gets picked off here. We would like to summon Artemis when we have Judgment set, if possible. So, keeping it simple. And maybe I hadn't properly factored into how much Cyber Dragon is going to get clogged if we are able to stick Deslakuta, but I figured if we do stick Deslakuta, it would be better for us long term. So, yeah, comes a Nobleman of Crossout. I think because I have Bountiful Artemis, I'm okay with this resolving. So I'll let that happen. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's okay. He's not a flip effect, so. It's not a flip effect. So. Yeah, it's just if this card is flip summoned. Yeah. So, yeah, that'll not work for Nobleman of Crossout. Just a full pass here is really nice. Drawing full helm is a little ugly because we have the Rhoda for the other one. I'm going to summon Artemis here. It gives us the cantrip off the Solemn Judgment. We need to start drawing cards. Bottomless. Do I spend the compulsory or do I spend the Solemn and draw? I'll spend the Solemn and try and draw. If I draw the second full helm here, I suck. Okay, that's a great draw. That is an incredible draw. I'll set it. I would like to Rhoda now. Does that start a chain? No. It's continuous. I'm going to set 7 tools here. Because he asked that, I know he has the setup there for the draw 2, so I'm just going to pass. I don't want to give him an opportunity to start a chain. I'm actually going to sit tight on the 7 tools here. And phase Dust Tornado hit the new one is ugly. Could have attacked, actually. That was... no, I didn't want to attack, did I? He sets a new back row. Okay. This whole situation is not great. The Rhoda is really... Space Typhoon hits Rhoda. Beautiful. I could not have asked for a better trade there, honestly. That's just ideal as fuck for me. Compulsory. Okay. So we have no counter traps, so I'm just comfortable with Bountiful Artemis trading with the Deep Risen at this point. Actually, this is maybe stupid. That was very risky. And probably unnecessary. I don't need to play into Torrential, do I? He definitely plays Torrential. I'll just set Compulse, pass. So he finally draws a monster. This is the situation in which we have kind of a hard decision point to make. It's whether or not we want to stick Cyber Dragon and whether or not we want to keep Artemis or keep double compulsory. I think we want to keep double compulsory. So we're going to lose Bountiful Artemis here. We have no counter traps. He's kind of done his job. Right as I say that. It's funny. Alright, this is pretty forcing. So I'm going to special Cyber Dragon. See what he wants to do. Cyber Dragon plus compulsory is a very strong combo. So we'll just attack over the Winged Rhinos. He's going to skill Successor. Now, he did not specify entering the damage step, but I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. We'll take 100. I'll just assume he did it in the damage step. You know, just for because that's what he meant to do. I'm not here trying to cheese my opponent with like, Actually, you didn't say damage step type shit. I know that's what he meant to do, so. And I was not going to do anything before the damage step anyway, so. Here, I'll just activate full helm. I need to get out of this situation somehow. I'm not really sure how. Synchro. Fuck. Okay, Man. Do I have to burn a compulsory here just to resummon my full helm knight? This is really panning out poorly. Alright, I'll just switch him to defense and set the force back and pass. I need to draw a Deslacuta or a Bountiful Artemis. And that's pretty much it. There's no other way for me to win this game. I need to find a draw engine. We're already down 2. Fucking Breaker the Magical Warrior. I'll just force back it. He can't chain the Winged Rhinos to the force back, I guess. I'm gonna have to Divine Wrath that next turn. I fucking hate this game right now. This is a really bad matchup. I was thinking I'd play against like Black Wings or something, like a deck that's like actually real that we can beat. I'm determined to beat him though, so I wanna offer a rematch after this. I definitely want to offer a rematch. I think I've maybe misplayed this game, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, I'll just admit defeat now, and I'll offer the rematch. GG's. I'll offer a rematch if he wants to play. Want to play again or switch decks? I'm down for either. Yeah, I definitely want to play more. We can run it back, same deck, to practice. Sounds good, man. It sounds good, yeah. Alright. Good luck, have fun. I'll just pick the same. I don't remember what I picked last time, actually. Oh, shit. Worked out. Cool. Alright, so going first, obviously better than going second, especially in this matchup. We have no draw engine, but we do have Trap Dust Shoot, so he has a Monster Light deck, but Trap Dust Shoot's not going to get much better than it is now, so I'm just going to summon the Full Helm Knight now. Am I going to summon it now? No, I'm not going to summon it now. Well, I'm kind of banking on drawing well the next few turns, right? If I draw well the next few turns, it's better to have it in play. Okay, I'll put it in play. I'm going to set 5. The compulsory so far have felt like the weak link, actually. Surprisingly. We haven't really had them alongside Mass Sorcerer specifically, or Deslacuta. I'm beginning to think that there might be a better card to play than compulsory in this deck. We're going to be able to Dust Shoot and take his Rhinus Tech Tips. Yeah. Got Valley, Doomsday, a Double Draw Trap, and a Deep Prison. Okay. Valley, Doomsday, Double Draw Trap, Deep Prison. I may accept the 1-for-1 trade with the Deep Prison with the Full Helm. But I may also not be on board for that. Finding a guy right now would be crazy good. Not ideal. But we'll take it. Attack for 13. He's going to Doomsday, lose one of his tokens, and then... was deciding between Doomsday and... oh, he's actually going to leave the Doomsday. He's going to take the 13. Interesting. That makes sense. I mean, 1300 damage is not that much. I'll keep this in play. I would like to Divine Wrath. Would I like to Divine Wrath? Oh, yeah, absolutely. He didn't end phase Doomsday. Wow. Okay, so he's like really, really playing passively here. I was thinking he would like... I would Divine Wrath, negate the Cyber Valley, and then I'd be able to run over a Doomsday token and bring back the Full Helm Knight, and it would just work out really well for us. As it stands, one night stands. Things don't look good for the home team. Let's just attack. I don't want to set this. He's going to Deep Prison now. I don't like that there really isn't much I can do about it, so it's gonna have to be that. I'll summon him. Pass. 9 cards in, and we haven't seen one of our 9 drawers. Kind of unlucky. Again, I'll allow this to resolve. This is the least of my concerns. I always compulse a token to counter the Cyber Valley activation too if I want to. Here comes normal Cyber Valley. I might even just let this resolve. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just let this resolve. I need my points of interaction, man. If I find Bountiful, I need to have like several counter traps lined up to get my draw engine going. I don't think that this really makes a difference because now he's already normal summoned and it's like we get to kill the token. So it's just 2 for 2, but it was like minus tempo for him. Like it was minus a whole turn. I don't really know what he's thinking about here. I don't really know if there's anything more you can do. I'll probably just think about what to set. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, terrible draw. Let's just attack. He lets that go through. Cool. Just pass. Man. This is so awkward. 10 cards in, no drawer. No Mass Sorcerer, no Bountiful, no Deslakuta. Really makes you think. Wonder if there's another way to play this deck. Space Typhoon Blind. Hit the Dark Bribe. Sure. Doesn't change much, I don't think. Okay. He's thinking here. You should just let that go through. Because if you try to go all the way to Accumulated, then I will just Dark Bribe it. And I will get value out of my bribe. Of course not. Why would I chain it? Yeah. This is... Channeling 2 is okay. Channeling 3 is okay. And then I'll just Dark Bribe the last one. I'll Dark Bribe here. So he draws 3. Cool. And it ends his chain. So if he had a second accumulated, he could actually chain it. Interesting thing about this is it only counts the cards before it, doesn't count itself. So you can chain accumulated to accumulated. Him drawing 3 is really just fine. Just cycles through the deck. Maybe finds him a normal summon, something to do here. Here comes Breaker. I'll Divine Wrath this. I don't want to deal with that. You can Divine Wrath the effect to gain a counter, so I don't even need to let him target. Maybe contemplating a Solemn Judgment to allow this to resolve. But yeah, that just goes through, so yeah, cool. Back row. Please, for the love of God. Oh my fucking God. Okay. Attack for 13. All set Wrath. Pass. Dude. 11 cards in, no drawer is crazy. Maybe I should play Sagan. Man. Or I should play more Airbellums. Yeah, no drawer and no Airbellum. That's a quarter of my deck. Jesus Christ. Still. What the fuck? Alright. 13. I gotta make something happen here. Pass the turn. I got 3 for 1 by a Rhino here. I can already tell. God damn. Fucking finally, dude. Fucking finally. Alright. Torrential me. You don't got it like that. I will legitimately play around Mirror Force. Will I? I haven't seen it so far. Alright. Sorcerer connects. Please, let me get this connection. That's so good for us. We're finally online, boys. We're finally online. Okay, now we're crushing. Now we're crushing. It's crazy how, like, how much the game has changed just from having Mass Sorcerer versus not having it. We're pretty lucky he also has bricked. He's drawn no monsters. But finally our hard -1s are just going to turn into, like, neutral. Compulsory. Target the Mass Sorcerer. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. So he's going to draw 4. We do have kind of super lethal. But who's to say? Oh my gosh, still no monster? That's crazy. That's so unlucky, dude. Now the chances of him having Torrential Miraphors are very high, so. There's the D-Prison. I have no reason to protect this guy. He's fine going. Phase 2, set Lakuta, set Bottomless, pass the turn. Active Lakuta is so good. Phase fires, that's fine. So he's probably sitting on, like, Caius's. Yeah, it's probably like Caius's or some shit. This is such an interesting matchup. There's the Caius. Here's the Force back. Before he even gets a chance to target. Set new back row. Honestly, if I was him, I would just side all of the fires and all of the Caiuses out. Maybe not all the fires because it works with Valley, but I'd definitely side the Caiuses out. Watch, I'm going to lose to Caius game 2 because of this. Oh my gosh. What a draw. That doesn't really work with much, actually. Flip Lakuta, activate, draw a card. Sick. You know what? I'm actually going to... I'll just clear the token. I don't need to get greedy. I do not need to get greedy. I have triple compulsory. I do not need to get greedy. Yeah. He didn't end phase fire, so that Caius is locked in hand. Let's just flip the Bottomless here. This is the compulsory. Yeah, that's fine. That's chill. Yep. So this is all chill. Sure. This is all fine. Your deck doesn't special summon, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I might even be able to deck him out. Unlikely, but possible. The bribe would have been nice. Alright, let's draw a card. D-Prison. That's not very good. Let's attack for 5. That's going to go through a little too quick. Set. I'm going to set... Or I'm going to summon Bountiful Artemis here. He might Bottomless, but that's okay. Kind of just want to, like, clear his back row. Okay. No Bottomless. Wow, what are your back row? I guess only one jar is gone, but all 3 accumulated and all 3 legacy are gone, so I have no idea what the back row are even. That's so interesting. Your comes Force back. And we'll draw a card off Artemis. It's one of my favorite combos in the format. Force back Artemis. It feels so busted. It's not, but it feels so busted. It's like such a silly little time walk. This is such a cool matchup too. It's a hard matchup. It's not a good matchup, but it is a cool matchup. Oh my gosh. That should be bannable. Flip summon. Activate. Draw my last pathetic card, Yugi boy. 7 tools of the bandit. I'll send it with the Artemis for game. Let's see what he wants to do. I'll compulse the shit out of my own monster at this point. I'm just up too many cards. We just need to deploy our threats, really. I mean, it has to stop this attack, so there's really not much to think about. Yeah, you're mirror forcing here. I'll compulse, target my own Artemis. Okay, cool. So we're gonna lose the Lakuta, but he doesn't matter at this moment. He just doesn't matter. Set the 7 tools, set the Solemn Judgment, and I've got the world. I'll just pass. I can even let him stick a Rhino and hit the attack. It just doesn't really matter. Dust Tornado. Hits Divine Wrath. Sure. That's fine. So he's main decking Dust Tornado. Interesting. Dust Tornado and Breaker main. That's very hateful. Heavy Storm. Can I Solemn this and still win? Or can I not Solemn this? I'm gonna Solemn it, but I'm just curious if I could have not Solemned that and still won. Here's one Winged Rhinus. Rhinus Tech Tips. The attack for 1800. We'll just take it. Whatever. Alright. Cool. Normal Bountiful Artemis. Does he have Bottomless Trap Hole? He has to, right? No. Okay. Activate Smashing Ground. Chain Skill Successor, Chain Winged Rhinus. Oh, Successor is the card I was not reading probably. I'm like, what could be in his back row? But it's Successor. Attack Skis, and then Battle Fader. Shit, that's crazy, dog, but go off. Wait, he has Caius now. Things just got a little dicey, didn't they? I mean, it's probably fine. We'll see Sack Fader for Caius. He'll probably target the character. Probably compulse my own character. Battle Fader here gets banished. I will compulse, target my own character. Put it back in my hand. He'll attack Caius. We have the Dimensional Prison. Okay, so we have one more compulse. We can do this one more time because we have negate attack into Smashing Ground. But I'm hoping that just one of his back rows is just dead here and Bountiful can connect. He might also be on multiple faders, which would be really funny. Sick. What a game. Rough game. Very close one. Kind of. Bottomless, again, not very good. Divine Wrath, not very good. Compulsory can save our own guys. I'm thinking I need to keep all of these in, weirdly enough. Smashing Ground, I think we can shave one. Prison seems just terrible. Like, this seems like it does nothing. It's, like, gotta be worse than Compulsory, right? Right? The other 2 7 tools come in. No questions asked. Space Typhoon comes in. I think Cyber Dragon is actually kind of ass. I think I'm not going to side it. I'm going to side in the Heavy Storm, though, for sure. and all 3 breaker. So we'll do this. This is our nice little swap. We have a ton of monsters now, though. Do we need a ton of monsters? Probably not. Probably cut reinforcement of the army. This guy seems okay. He like buys me a little bit of time, but I don't really want multiples of him, and the road has been kind of awkward here and there, so I'll just bring in a pulling. I kind of want to bring in more pullings just because they do something, but the first pulling resolving is probably just going to be lights out, so yeah. And there aren't really any other monsters that I want to cut. I mean, this is pretty straightforward shit, so yeah, let's just go with this. As long as we can get our draw engine and like actually force back going second is probably worse than just like pulling. Oh fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, pulling can hit breaker. I was thinking about that actually. Fuck. This is fine. This is fine. I have Heavy Storm. I have 7 tools. I may try to line up Heavy Storm plus 7 tools to clear 5 back row. But we'll see. That might be a little bit dicey into breaker specifically. Yes, turn 1 Rhinus. Please give me a fucking smashing ground. Tough. Alright, well. Let's hope he returns the Rhinus. If he doesn't, this might be hard. If he doesn't, I might be dead lost. Wait, no, I can force back the normal and then compulse this guy. Okay, I'm not dead lost. I'm actually in this. Okay. Pretty good Heavy Storm. I can't lie. Pretty fucking good. Gotta ask if this works. Does Tornado? That works. That works. Yeah. You can Dust Tornado, target Heavy Storm, Chain Legacy, Chain Accumulated, and probably Chain Rhinus. No response. He might keep the Rhinus in play. He is going to keep it in play. That's a smart move. I think that's a smart move from him. This gives us an opportunity to stick Bountiful. If he has his own Heavy Storm, we're going game 3. But because I won game 1, I have the initiative, so that's pretty important. These matchups are really, really grindy. Yeah. Just an attack isn't good for us because it's kind of hard minus, and it doesn't give us the cycles we need. We need the cycles on these 2 cards so we can start getting pluses. This is going to be forced back. Now we get the cycle. Now he doesn't get to keep a monster in play, which is nice too, so we can swing. You can actually swing with both. And finding Smashing Ground is it's okay. Jesus. Okay. Solemn's crazy. What a draw. Alright, normal Lakuta. Oh, Torrential? Okay. All 7 tools. Get the plus. Here I'll set the Lakuta. I'll actually just set both. And I don't want to swing my Artemis. I kind of need it. So just set both pass. Alright. We're pulling ahead. It's slow. I gotta Solemn this. So we'll Solemn here. Have Artemis draws a card. Mirror Force. That'll work with the Deslakuta. Shit. That's crazy. Flip Lakuta. Activate. Draw a card. Divine Wrath is great. Normal Artemis. Activate Lakuta. Set. Still no reason to attack. Okay, don't attack yet. He goes summon Rhinus Tech Tips, attack, Mirror Force plus Divine Wrath will full stop that situation. And Divine Wrath actually gets us a draw 2. So he attacks. We go Mirror Force. He goes Activate Rhinus. Change to effect. Divine Wrath. Yep. So that will destroy the second Rhinus and give us 2 fresh draws. How could you? We're finally in the crushing position of 3 draw guys in play. This is like kind of exactly what I wanted this deck to do. This is like, this feels nice. This feels very, very busted. It took us a little while to get here. We had to navigate some difficult moments, but I think we were able to pull ahead. And so now I can draw a card off Lakuta, find 7 tools. There's really no reason to attack with the Artemis or the Lakuta. But there's kind of a reason to attack with Mass Sorcerer. So I'll do that. There's D-Prison. Sure, I'll take the trade. Set, pass. I could have summoned the Full Helm Knight in case he has specifically 3rd Rhinus. 3rd Rhinus here is really fucking bad for us. Like, that's like the worst case scenario. But it's the least likely scenario. Now I believe I win. I don't think he has 4 cards that can interact at this point. And I can just summon Full Helm, and I can win really fast. So, let's do it. Let's make Goyo Guardian. And just start attacking. D-Prison. This, all 7 tools. I'll draw 2. I don't know why I didn't switch my other guys. But, in phase 2. Oh. What? Is he not using that? Okay. TV. Same. I saw nothing. I'm gonna keep playing like I didn't see that, but I mean it's very over. I had Dark Bribe for that too, so yeah. Now we have 2 Dark Bribes and a Force back. Like that Dark Bribe I played into. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna chain into that, but alas, here we are. All right, now with double bribe, I'm pretty confident. Plus, we have enough cards that this just doesn't matter. Like, he could deprison or compulse one of our guys, and that's fine. He has to have, like, needle sealing, compulsory, mirror force for this to not matter. Pulse, dark bribe. That's all she wrote. Wow, what a match. What a match. So, pretty back and forth stuff. Nuts. I think the things that would have really hurt us out of his deck is, like, if he had the Dust Tornadoes early and he was able to fight through all of our stuff. So, that would have been interesting. So close. GG's. Good matches. That was very good matches. It kind of showed off the concept of this deck that I think I had at the beginning. I don't know if the concept is sound enough to be competitive, but maybe someone can workshop this to be a little bit more competitive. Mass Sorcerer seems very good. You as well. You had a very cool deck. I liked my opponent's deck. I liked the evolution of the Winged Rhinus with the Doomsday plus Caius. I think that that's like cooking with the whole spice rack. Pouring those babies in. You know how on like the spice bottles there's like 2 sides? There's the one with all the dots, and then there's one where it's just a hole, and you can just dump the whole spice thing in there. I actually could say this in my build. Shout outs to Macro Show. Shout outs to Macro Show. Cool. So this is the Macro Show's innovation. Exposing myself. I'm a fake fan. I haven't seen the build yet. But shout out to Macro Show. Do it for the games. Oh shit, all caps. Have a good night, man. Let's go reflect on the deck. So Things I kind of liked. I liked all the draw guys. They felt super good. Every game I was like drawing them, I'm like, oh, these guys are nice with it. Stuff I didn't really like was probably. I also like the X-Saber stuff. The Full Helm Knight bought us a lot of time, allowed us to synchro to close the game out. Arabellum, in theory, is kind of like a draw guy in some aspects, especially with the force back and the compulsories. Um, the stuff I didn't really like, I didn't really like these traps, but maybe it's just because they were lining up poorly against the Rhinus tech tips. I didn't really like the Cyber Dragons. They felt a little bit counterintuitive to what the deck is trying to do, which is just like slow the game down, basically. Cyber Dragon doesn't slow the game down. He speeds the game up. He's also some guy that, like, I put him into play and I get anxiety. Like, they're just going to have a Card Trooper or Cyber Valley and just eat him for free. It's not fun. It's not fun to play this card because I just feel like he's going to get Chimera Teched away at any given moment. The cards I also liked a lot were 7 Tools. This card was very nice in that matchup. I think this card is insane, especially when you're doing it at, like, +1. It felt nice. It felt very nice. The Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm felt good. The Breakers felt good. Obviously, you have to have 5 outs to Decree because this deck is just mono lose to Decree. So there's that. You can still synchro to get around it with like Full Helm, Lakuta into Bryonic, but the chances of being able to pull that off are kind of low. But yeah, I think that this deck is cool. I think that there's definitely something here. Maybe no dust shoot. Maybe this is a no dust shoot deck, although it does kind of work with the bounce cards, and it's broken. That too lets you know what to counter, what not to counter. Negate attack, maybe one less. I just like how it works with Artemis, and it works with Deslakuta, so it kind of works with your 2 out of 3 of your drawers. And then, like, the removal works with the other 2 out of 3 of your drawers. Maybe there's another counter trap here that's worth playing. Let's actually just take a moment to go through literally all of them. So I'm going to filter it to Edison format. I know people are going to ask about some of these in the comments below. Magic Drain, terrible card. I hate this card. Never recommend it. Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell. It's better than Magic Drain, but doesn't work with only 4 spells. Magic Jammer is actually pretty good too. Horn of Heaven, probably not great. You don't have a lot of free dudes to sacrifice. None of these other ones are really. Spell Shield's interesting. This kind of works if your opponent's like Noblemen and your Deslakutas. Divine Wrath, we're already playing it. Force Back's obviously great. Malfunction. Oh, this is terrible. Pulling the Rug is obviously like S tier, but it only works against some decks. Counter LMAO for the mirror match. Vanity's Call. This would have been insane versus his deck. That would have been insane. Oh, man. Parry. Return 1 Gladiator. I ain't reading that shit. Heroes Rule 2. Maybe in some matchups. Dark Illusion can work with Mass Sorcerer or Breaker, but not with anything else. Interesting. Dice Try for the Morphtronic matchup. Intercept is something that Homam Jamal recommended to me recently. And while I do enjoy the use of this card, I find that it is often worse than just pulling the rug. The best case for this is usually you're taking Vanity's Fiend, because this works against Vanity's Fiend when pulling the rug doesn't. But I think this card is generally just worse than pulling the rug. Mind Over Matter, can't use that. The selection is interesting. I wonder if you could side that versus anything. Nah, your types are too diverse. You don't have like a singular type that you draw consistently enough. Every single one of your monsters is a different type, so probably can't side this selection, even though it's a cool card. It's a good card in the Blackwing Mirror. If you're losing the Blackwing Mirror a lot, you want like a nice little stop for that, then yeah, this card's pretty good. Polynosis, can't do that. Overwhelm, this card's interesting, but it's not going to work here. Flamvel Counter, also interesting, but not going to work here. Fun fact, this works with Decoy Dragon. So you can, like, Future Fusion, send Decoy Dragon, and then set this card. It's kind of a meme, but it's kind of like an extra solemn judgment in those cases. And then Saber Hole, which, if we were playing more Saber names, I'd maybe play 1 or 2. But with just the 4 Saber names, it's just not going to be consistent enough, and it's not going to be active enough. We need stuff that's going to be active turn 1. Because this is ultimately like a Delver style deck, right? Like, we want to get our guy into play, and then we want to lock the opponent out of the game by like abusing positive tempo cards, and then abusing cards like Mass Sorcerer, Bountiful, and Deslakuta to draw cards so that we can keep up our hand advantage. So ultimately, it doesn't really look like a lot of other counter traps here would be too beneficial for us. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too crazy. Drastic Drop-Off. I'm stupid. We should have been playing this card. This card's fucking insane. Yeah, this card would have been good. This card would have been good. I totally forgot about this. I don't know how I skipped past it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this card's great. This card's just good. I'm not sure what we'd play it over. Maybe like 1 negate attack, 1 deprison, 1 smashing ground maybe. I don't know. This card's great though. Probably should have been in the deck for sure. Maybe we only play 2 and we play the 3rd smashing. Or the 3rd deprison or something like that. Yeah. But definitely should have been playing Drastic Drop-Off. If you copy this or if you try it in the future, try out this card. Alright guys, thanks you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. I'm going to be pumping out a lot of videos this month. A lot of fun stuff. I got a lot of brews. I got a lot of ideas in my notes of decks that haven't been used, haven't been tried. I've got just a whole number of things that could potentially show up and be, kind of scary on the ladder if you're just looking for something to play during the holidays. Anyway, smash like, subscribe, and sign up for RBET LA. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.